machine.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. And is it too late to say Happy New Year to all? No. Alright. Okay. Thank you very much. I believe this is a very short notice. Perkara ni agak penting dan saya minta sedikit pertimbangan dan kesabaran because kita akan mainkan beberapa clip audio recording ya. This recording ni is with regards to conversations involving the former Prime Minister Najib, former MACC Chief Tan Sri Zulkifli, a foreign head of state Datin Sri Rosma, and a couple of other persons that we will inform you which we have identified. We have been given the recordings, but I won't tell you from where at this point. Pursuant to investigations, we can confirm their absolute authenticity. The contents are shocking. It's of cover-up and subversion of justice and institutions. In the public interest, we are making public the contents. We will now play the recordings to you. Bear with us, it will be roughly about 45 minutes of 9 sets of conversations. So I would like to invite my officer to start. So we'll hope to have your full attention. Once we have played, we believe some of you will be recording it as well. So I don't think we can keep replaying. So let's start. Thank you.
Yours me?
Yeah.
Maaf ganggu malam-malam.
Oh, it's okay. Ini tengok kau sekejap. Begitu.
So, saya tadi terus ni nak jemputnya. Betul sekali. Kalau siapa tu kesesatan itu kita dah terima. Kita jumpa bangga dah terima betul. Betul sekali. Jadi saya nak update kenapa it's not very good kedudukan dia.
Macam mana JB?
It's not good.
Yang 3 orang punya nama tadi
3 orang tu.
Ada 3 orang punya nama mention ya?
Tak ada 3 orang.
Yang 3 orang punya nama yang ada orang nak ni
Tak tutup nama tu.
Ya?
Datuk Seri punya nama.
Datuk punya nama? Macam mana tu?
Dia saya nak kalau boleh nak simple tu.
Jangan.
Halo Datuk Seri. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Saya AG dah terima Datuk Seri. Semalam kita terima IP. Jadi dia cadangan tu is not very good lah. Not very good.
Ada pula dia orang kata lain.
The IP with me closely.
Macam nak ikut saya.
Bila saya tengok benda tu macam nak menangis saya rasa.
Saya tak terlibat langsung.
Masya Allah. Saya tak tahu lah apa sini. Very clear, saya dalam tu serius ni ada IP with me. Saya diarah sama dia keluar negara lah untuk bantu dia.
Cuma yang kata lain, cakap lain, buat lain.
Masya Allah. Datuk dimaklumkan macam mana?
Memang tak ada apa.
Ya Allah. Tetapi saya hubungi tugas tadi nak minta audiens jumpa Datuk Sri. Bila saya tengok, saya macam nak menangis segala sesuatu. Sanggup to that extent.
Mana boleh kata nanti kan benda tu keluar tak lah kata.
Ya, itu yang saya paling takutkan. Saya nak update Datuk Sri tadi pada audiens Datuk Sri.
Saya jumpa HCI dekat entertainment.
Okey lah, mungkin dia updatekan Datuk Sri. Tapi benda tu memang dengan saya dah. Saya dah memang tadi pun kita dah. Saya dah ambil dah IP semua tu, buat turun masuk ke tempat saya. Tapi yang itu tak apa, saya dengan dan Tan Sri AG tak ada masalah. Sri AG very good. Kita bersependapat, tak ada masalah. Cuma nak updatekan Datuk Sri apa sebenarnya apa tu cadangan yang dicadangkan oleh MACC sendiri Datuk Sri.
Dia tak kena tu kalau dia cadang tu benda tu terkeluar tak tahu.
Betul, itu yang kita risau sangat-sangat. Itu yang saya rasa Datuk Sri perlu tahu perkara tersebut. On the legal side kita boleh handle, Tan Sri Pandi boleh handle, saya boleh handle. Itu tak ada isu Datuk Sri. Tapi yang selain daripada legal tu, dan saya pun tak sangka to that extent seriousnya benda tu.
Mana dia main tu.
Wallahualam. Sekarang saya rasa Datuk Sri ni kena minta maaf lah, Datuk Sri memang kena main.
Kalau kena main tu ni.
Tu Datuk Sri.
Ya.
It's better for me to kalau boleh, kalau nak masuk sungai tunggu kami siapkan dia kami sudah biasa.
Pandi dah tengok lah.
Pandi dia tengok sekali lalu macam itu, dia saya tunjukkan semalam tu part yang that part saja.
Dia pasti betul.
Dia betul-betul memang terkejut. Dan dia semalam pun dah punya pada macam it's not very happy. Dia pun berfikir kan kita tengah plan lah macam mana nak buat dia. Tadi isu lah legal kita boleh support, tapi macam Datuk Sri cakap lah masalah seolah-olah keputusan kami itu betul dulu maksud Datuk Sri.
Tak boleh itu ada bukan temuan.
Itulah saya ada benda lain pula. Tadi pihak polis pun datang jumpa saya buat ruang DB punya isu. DIO IMDB jumpa saya dan briefkan saya tentang kes tersebut. Jadi saya kata tak tahu IMDB tak ada isu dah sekarang. Polis pun okey dengan saya. Jadi maklumkanlah apa peristiwa-peristiwa yang sebelum ini yang berlaku. Jadi bila saya dengar tu pun saya pun terkejut. Cuma rupanya bukan, it is not only yang ini is not ganti batas orang Datuk Sri. Ini dia sendiri dengar perkara tersebut. Kalau Datuk Sri nak, saya boleh bawa dia sekali jumpa Datuk Sri dengar terus. He was present meeting. Which is bagi bila Datuk Sri dengar tu dan konsisten dengan apa keputusan sekarang. Tahu saya pun itu terus pada sekarang.
Dia akan keluar kepentingan bocor
Itu yang kita tak dapat. Banyak benda saya nak explain Datuk Sri ni because fine Datuk Sri. Dalam kes ni jadi peliknya ialah kalau Datuk Sri tengok kepada press release yang dikeluarkan baru-baru ni oleh Syukri, dia menyatakan bahawa khas kita pelik pula bila pula panel khas ditubuhkan. panel khas ni pula terdiri daripada 5 orang. Dan kenapa pula ada perlu panel khas sebelum dihantar ke pejabat luar negara? Jadi benda tu pula dia tulis itu diwakili oleh 5 orang panel khas yang terdiri daripada pakar-pakar. Jadi seolah-olah nampak, seolah mengatakan panel khas itu juga telah bersetujulah dengan pandangan MACC. Dan yang peliknya hanya kes yang itu satu je. Dia ada 2 kes satu sekali. Yang kes yang satu tu saja yang dibentangkan dalam panel khas, satu lagi tidak dibentangkan dalam panel khas.
Ini betul tak mengganggu orang ni.
Nampak macam tu nanti.
Satu keadaan di mana politik untuk ni lalu suka menginginkan.
Itu nampaknya tu. Which is very bad. Saya tengok very bad. Kalau bila tengok tadi semalam pun dah sudah tengok satu suri yang Masya Allah kata. Saya macam nak nangis tengok ni. Aduh kata, macam mana ni kata. How can they can come with this sampai sanggup macam ni kata. Because kita boleh handle sendiri masalahnya, tapi tak pandai buat keputusan yang tidak selaras. Lepas itu satu kita tahu sama ada dia orang akan bocor. Dan ramai sekarang dah tahu panel khas ada 5 orang sendiri IO dengan berapa saja lagi berapa orang itu more than 10 more than maybe 20. Kita nak cover macam mana sendiri. Which is agak memeranjaikan juga. Saya because dia apa yang maklumat yang saya tadi lah, ada IO polis jumpa saya tadi dimaklumkan bahawa dalam satu pertemuan di rumah Nasikani IO tersebut berada di sana sama-sama. Dan Abu Qasim bagi tahu kepada AG iaitu Tansi buat keputusan untuk tuduh sahajalah. Tansi pun nak usaha. You will be remembered by the people after this. This way yang perkataan yang digunakan oleh Tansi Abu Qasim kepada Gani Batal dululah mesti yang sebelum Gani Batal dipecat jadi kalau Tansi Datuk Seri tengok masa itu, it is not all this while Datuk kita mengatakan bahawa Gani ni yang jahat, tapi memanglah dia pun satu. Tapi how come benda itu sampai dia keluar dari mulut Abu Qasim kepada Tansi Gani, seolah dia instigate benda tu. Dan sekarang kita tengok Abu Qasim tak boleh kata dia nak cuci tangan Datuk Seri. That is they not involved with this decision. Yang pelik lah tu tak pernah dalam sejarah MBCC Datuk Seri.
Okay, we will be playing the second clip. This first clip that we played, the full clip is about 15 minutes, but I think you heard the essence of the conversation. That was between Tan Sri Zulkifli. At that time, the date of that conversation based on the document that we've received is on the 5th of January 2016. Time is about 11:56. And this conversation, the first call was made by Tan Sri Zul. At that time, he was a prosecutor at the AG Chambers. And he made the call, and the first person to answer the call was Rosma, Datin Sri Rosma. We are assuming that this is a conversation by telephone. I think it's quite obvious that And then the call was then passed to Datuk Sri Najib. And the conversation revolves around an investigation paper. As you can hear, there is an obvious leaking of information from the AV's chamber to the person who is, we believe, is a subject of investigation. So that is one serious issue of leakage, but we will brief some more after playing the rest of the videos. So the next clip, I think maybe we can give you a heads up. The next clip is about 2 minutes. Again, this is from Country Zul with why don't you hear up first who we can speak to? I'll keep the suspense.
Datuk Seri apa khabar?
Okay, though. Everything okay, though?
Sibuk ke Datuk Seri? Sorry.
Yeah. No. Anytime for you. No problem. No
Just to
problem.
inform you,
Yeah.
last Thursday I dah prepare satu dah siap.
Yeah.
Lepas tu tadi just finish the second one.
Yes, sir.
Jadi semua dah finish dah siap. Jadi besok we'll brief sendiri lah. We dah fix the whole morning untuk kita orang brief.
Yeah,
Actually the write up for both dah ready.
Okay, good.
Okay, semua under control lah.
Itulah keadaannya. Dan saya beri rumah. Beritahulah dia besok hantar balik lah.
Besok untuk pergi jumpa Tan Sri brief. Tak tahu lah apa dia nak buat direction. Mungkin kita dapat update Tan Sri. Datuk Sri.
So dia kan hantar dia nak hantar balik. Okay. Hantar balik ke sana, minta join with.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I know you're doing very well.
2 weeks ni kita orang buat lah.
Itulah.
Tak tahu lah Tan Sri cakap apa Datuk Sri, okay?
Okay, dia kata besok dia dapat beri meeting tu. Dia nak tolak balik dari orang. Kan? Minta ulasan dalam seminggu. Lepas tu dalam 2 minggu betul lah.
Jadi kita bila I dah 2 minggu tak ada weekend lah.
Thank you, brother. Don't worry. Nanti semua tu recorded. All very important.
Just update Datuk lah.
Thank you.
Okay, right.
Take care, apa-apa kita tolong ya.
Okay, ada apa-apa yang nanti. Okay, Datuk.
So,
Thank you, Datuk Sri.
That was on the 17th of January at about 12:20 p.m. The next call is on the 22nd of January 2016 about 10 at night, 10 p.m. Again, it's a call from Tan Sri Zul, and by this call, you will know who was the previous caller. The identity will be revealed through that conversation.
how was it? Good or bad?
Dia maintain.
Cannot do the fighting. Dia tak ada fighting lah.
Dia maintain Datuk Sri. Kita hantar balik tu because we post certain question to them. Jadi when kita post certain question to them, we got view that they take the opportunity untuk review lah. Tak ada lah, dia orang tak review lah. Maintain dia orang punya tu. Maintain, lepas tu nak cadangkan pula against dua orang lagi lah.
2 je lah.
Ha?
2 je lah.
Tak, yang itu maintain.
Yang bos maintain lagi tambah 2.
Maintain, tambah lagi untuk 2 orang lagi. 4 orang apa? 4 orang.
Siapa orang? Rosman, Syamsul,
Rosman,
Faizal,
Syamsul dengan Nick, dengan Subho, dan Syamsul dengan Aziz.
Aziz mana?
Aziz satu sampai adanya Aziz mana?
Oh, ada Aziz lah.
Ada Aziz, bukan Aziz Rahim lah.
So Aziz, Syamsul, Subihi, Nick.
Nick Subho Aziz.
Okay lah, Rosman tak ada, Alhamdulillah, tak ada kena-kena hantar mengaji.
Tak ada
Sebab dia confirm
confirm.
You dah baca banyak kali ya?
Baca lah kita prepare ni. Ni nak baca hari Isnin.
So semuanya
jadi.
Semuanya road to Mexico. Semuanya. Semua sekali tanpa
Yang tu.
Allah.
No. Yang tadi kita brief Nancy discuss actually. What we are going to do is on apa tu Tuesday. We settle number 1 dulu lah.
Okay.
Yang itu nanti we send back for sama belah dia kurang sesuai. Tapi we will settle that one first. Once and for all lah.
Yang part ni dia go for CP kan? CP apa tu kan?
Yang mana which one?
CP kan?
Yang mana yang untuk siapa?
Part go for CP kan?
CP.
CP kan? Kita nak 420 atau 403 CP kan?
409.
409
CP.
lah. Your boss is calling me. I call you back later.
Okay, tak apa.
How was it? Good or bad?
Okay, that was on the 22nd of January. Yeah? I believe you can guess who that conversation was with. You want to take a guess or you want us to tell? Okay, very good. You can be part of the forensic.
What, semua on the same year?
Sorry?
This one have the conversation semua on the same year?
Yeah. It's the same year. It's in chronology. Now the next conversation is on the 26th of January 2016 at about 11:56 a.m. Now you might want to remember that particular date. It is a significant date which we will tell you later, but hear out the conversation first. Because an event happened on that 26th January as well, so you will know it may be related to this content. Alright.
Bos, apa ni PM bagi saksian tadi?
Ya.
Yang fund yang bekerja salah. Yang sebenarnya yang bagi kat PM kan, yang hak kopi tu. PM nak bagi satu. PM want a complete set of fund yang pergi kat account semua tu kan. Apa dia set yang ada because dia nak pergi Saudi, dia nak bincang dengan Saudi.
Complete set semua masuk account ni.
PM nak tadi.
Dia betul tak ada dekat saya nak jalan tak kat MACC tapi tak apa kawan kita lah, tak apa itu tak apa.
Aku cuba bang, pasal saya kat dia bang, dia pergi ke Saudi tu kan. Dia hari ni, tapi dia nak go through today kan.
Nanti apa yang nampak kita cari apa yang salah.
Macam sekarang ni bos tak ada di Jabat, dia akan ada di buku. Tapi kalau kontaknya bos deliver kat rumah dia.
Tak apa, cari.
Apa cari dapat?
Kita discuss dan dia pun. Cari.
Kamu siapa bos ni dengan cabai-cabai bos? Kamu tahu bos Penang ke bos?
Penang.
Kamu ngaji dia, kamu bini ke kedah bos? Tapi aku tak cakap luar. Bos. Pastikan dah bos lain dia jelutung seperti. Bos. Bos kena buat?
Habis.
Okay, we have verified after hearing that conversation. We believe that that voice belongs to apart from Tan Sri Ahmad, the other person is a person by the name of Tan Sri from the PM's office. Alright? Sorry? Tan Sri Shukri.
Nancy Shukri, the one who mental to the report.
Okay. That's not coming from her. Okay, so then that was this conversation happened on the just now I said 26th of January. I need to correct that. This is 26th of February, that conversation. The earlier conversation between Aziz and Shizu. That was on the 22nd of January. So, mind you, the few days later, something significant has happened. So you can relate to whether this conversation is related to that particular thing on the 26th of January, right? And 26th of February, this was the conversation. Okay. Now we're going to play to you another episode, which is further down in the year of 2016, which is on 22nd of July 2016. Again, this is a very significant day. There were some events that happened, and from the conversation, you will know what they're talking about. So yeah.
Mr. Prime Minister, how are you, sir?
Delighted to speak with you, Your Highness. I'm well, alhamdulillah, and I hope you and your family, they are well.
Everybody is just well, Mr. Prime Minister. How is the family there?
Good family, well here. Of course, we are experiencing a bit of dark cloud as a result of yesterday's announcement by the Department of Justice. That's why, Your Highness, it's important for us to resolve this impasse with respect to I-1MDB and IPIC as soon as possible, so that we put a closure as soon as possible, because it's embarrassing to both countries, embarrassing Malaysia, embarrassing UAE as well, you know, and personalities who are close to you. So I wish that we can find a solution as soon as possible. But it's difficult for me to talk to you on the phone. Would it be possible for us to meet as soon as possible so that we can work this out?
Mr. Prime Minister, it will be fine with me, but the only catch is I'm traveling with Sheikh Khalifa. He's in medical treatment now. He's going for a checkup for about 5 days, and I'm going to leave to see him after tomorrow and stay with him. But is it okay after that?
Where will Your Highness be?
I'll be home in about 7 to 8 days here.
7, 8 days.
If you think this is too late, I can arrange something else. I can let Khaldun come to you wherever you are, in a very under the radar, and sit with you and talk about it. He's somebody that I trust fully, Mr. Prime Minister, like myself.
Yes. Your Highness will be, where will Your Highness be on Sunday?
On Sunday I will be leaving Sheikh Khalifa. On Sunday actually, yes.
You're leaving what time on Sunday?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure.
Not in the morning.
Not in the morning?
No.
Would it be possible if I were to meet you on Sunday morning?
I can arrange that.
I will fly over on Saturday and then be with you on Sunday morning. That after our discussion, Your Highness, you can proceed with your trip, because this is very urgent actually. If we not resolve this, the matter could escalate.
Okay. Can I call you back in about 3 hours or 2 hours?
Okay. Sure. You can call me, say, 11:30 our time, which is about 2.5 hours time. Is it possible?
Yeah, definitely. I'll call you for that.
Okay, good. Thank you, Your Highness.
Okay. can hear? Just a little bit of background before we play the follow-up conversation. We believe the Your Highness, the reference is to the Crown Prince of UAE, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. So this is the conversation between the former Prime Minister with the Crown Prince of UAE. And I'm going to play the second, the follow-up conversation.
Yes. How are you ready for the speak with Highness? Yes, I'm ready. Ready, huh? Okay. I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah. Speak up.
Mr. Prime Minister, apologize to be late.
You're very prompt, not to worry, Your Highness.
No, not at all. Mr. Prime Minister, I have consulted my guys here, and I'm fine with Sunday, but the catch is to it. If this visit leak, it will be unproductive for you and for me. So I try to find another solution. Mr. Prime Minister, Khaldoon has the full authority from me, and I really genuinely want to find a solution for this problem.
Okay.
I think it's very important that somebody meet him. If the deal is fine with you and fine with us, I think we should go for it. I don't want to push this anymore. It's in our both interest, Mr. Prime Minister, to solve it.
Yes, it is our mutual interest, Your Highness. Yeah.
Yes.
So you don't think I should fly over? You think people will know about it?
I think people will does know about it, yes.
I see. But we really need to resolve this.
I can let him come there.
You want Khaldoon to come there?
I think Khaldoon can come there, Mr. Prime Minister, and or your minister can come and meet with Khaldoon.
When can Khaldoon come here?
I will call him now. He is in California in a visit, but I can let him snap and shoot from there.
I also have this personal request, Your Highness.
Yes.
That relates to Riza, my son.
Yes.
And his movie. You see, the problem is relatively small. If there can be an agreement with Sheikh Mansour to have a loan agreement signed, and he will pay back according to the schedule, that will show that it's a legitimate, financing package. It's not money laundering, you see. At the moment, he's under a bit of pressure in America, and we're worried about him in case they make him the scapegoat, you see. I would appreciate was the big package looks positive. We can find a solution, I believe. I would appreciate if that agreement can be signed quickly with Sheikh Mansour or whoever is designated by Sheikh Mansour, so that he can begin to pay back. He's paid back some. He continues to pay back, so that it will appear as legitimate loan agreement, which it is, you see, because when he received it, the banks cleared the source of money, so he was not aware at all where it came from, you see. So I don't want him to be a victim when he was totally unaware about the source of money. He genuinely believed it was from Abba and under the instruction of Sheikh Mansour, you see. And also, I remember Your Highness also talked about helping him when he was when you were in Abu Dhabi. So
Never we want anything to happen to him, Mr. Prime Minister.
that's right. So I need that agreement to be sorted out quickly, Your Highness. That's my special request. As soon as possible. If Monday or Tuesday, we need to have that agreement signed. Can you suggest how we can do that?
I will do it right now, Mr. Prime Minister, and I promise you if it is in my power, I will do it. Just, I understand this is your son, and I really want to.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he's totally innocent. All he wanted was to make movies, and there was an offer of loan from, Sheman, so your side from Abba. And also you mentioned it when we were at lunch, remember, in the restaurant, about supporting him. He thought everything was fine, you see. Now they're trying to connect him with one MDB's money, which is totally came as a shock to him, you see.
We will work on it, Mr. Prime Minister, inshallah.
But time is of the essence, Your Highness. We cannot leave it a day longer because you don't want the Department of Justice to suddenly move against him, is it?
And beginning with the week, inshallah, will finish the time. I can share with that myself.
Thank you, Your Highness. Well, how do where do we go from here then? I mean, he's got all the documents with him.
Let me call from you, Mr. Prime Minister, right now, and I will see how we can. I will let him to call you at P9 and see how they can arrange a meeting immediately.
He's got the number of Amhari number.
Yes.
If he can call Amhari straight away, and then can we work out how we can resolve it?
Mr. Prime Minister, believe me, I want to finish this. This is bad, and I don't want to happen.
Thank you, Your Highness. This is very bad. It is very serious. It could lead to something very, very unforeseen and catastrophic for me, for our government, and also for you on your side. So it is to our mutual interest that we, being so close, we need to resolve this. It's not something which is not impossible. It's something which is actually within our means to resolve it.
I agree.
Yeah. So I'll, what do you want me to do, Your Highness? Just
Just tell Amhari, Mr. Prime Minister, and do it.
call Amhari?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. I will let Amhari straight away, Your Highness. Yeah.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Yes.
How are you? Ready for the script?
Sorry. A person by the name of Khaldun refers to Khaldun. Sorry. When they are mentioning the name Khaldun, it refers to Khaldun Al-Mubarak, which is the chief executive of Mubadala Development Company, MACC. Khaldun, just for background info, has connection with the 1MDB when Malaysia was almost dragged to the international arbitration court when 1MDB failed to pay its bond that was guaranteed by IPIC. So just for your background knowledge, Sheikh Khalifa refers to Khalifa bin Zaid bin Sultan Al Nahyan. That is the president of UAE. And IPIC, that's the International Petroleum Investment Company. And Sheikh Mansour, which was also mentioned, is the chairman of IPIC. Just for background. We're going to play the next one. The next one will be a very short one. That's about less than 2 minutes.
Excellency, Mr. Khaldun?
Yes.
This is Najib. That's Najib once again.
Oh, hi, Mr. Minister. How are you?
Sorry to bother you on the line. Has Rizal...
No, I've spoken to him. I've spoken to him, and we agreed that we're going to meet tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. Okay, good. Do you want him alone or you want him with a lawyer?
No, I think better for this we meet alone. I think after I meet with him alone, I can decide how we can move to the next level. But I just need for the first sit down, just at least for me to understand directly from him what needs to be done.
Okay, can you convey him? I'm trying to get him because he's in a meeting with his lawyer. I don't want him to spoil the thing if he brings his lawyer. His lawyer is rather attached to him. Doesn't.
Okay.
You know. Just tell him to come in.
I mean, what do you recommend? What do you prefer? If you want, I can bring a lawyer with me also.
No.
That way we can have the conversation with the lawyers. But I think it's better first time one-on-one.
Yes, one-on-one better. One-on-one.
I will communicate that.
You can call the lawyers, but not the first meeting. I think just the two of you will be better.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Sorry about it. Yeah, thanks.
That was the conversation between Dr. Sri Najib and the person by the name of Khaldun. And that was on the 23rd of July 2016. From the documentation that we have, it's about 2:49 a.m. in the morning. Now we're going to another phase. That was the first part where you can see what the conversation is about. This is the third segment. The first segment was between Chancellor Zul and Najib. The second one was between Najib and the foreign, basically foreign persons, which we have identified. Now the third one is between Datin Sri Rosma and Najib. Please listen very carefully because this has got, it's about 6 minutes and it's got a lot of names mentioned. I think it's better that we just play so that you can probably catch the context in which they are talking about. This was on the 27th of July 2016 at 12:46 a.m. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right.
Jalil.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Computer.
Yeah.
Can I advise you? Can I advise you something?
Yeah. Okay. Anything?
No. You please don't listen to me. You know why? They tell you to slow down on Abu Qasim. And Abu Qasim is making statement, I'm based on Vienna Convention, ambil gambar nampak lahap tu. We are making him looking like a hero, and you are the villain, see? And all these 5 people, can they see that their first priority is you, not anybody else?
Which 5 people?
Dia lah your office lah, Shahlan, dah convince Tengku, dah convince Amari, dah convince, you know, like you, kita ni semua villain, you know?
No. I allowed Azwan to make the statement. The impact dah bagus dah.
Azwan, okay, fine. Now, today Abu Qasim berkata, why is it that they allow Abu Qasim ambil gambar dengan Pak Lah lagi? And he got the cheek to take Pak Lah and everybody else except you, okay? That's not fair. So please tell him, just
Okay, understand.
go by you.
No, I've already signed the letter for Zul's appointment.
Yes. And Abu Zahar can make like statement, must be for good. Because they have lobbied, see? We know they have lobbied.
Kalau Zahar jangan buat statement, biarlah.
Yeah, but Abu Zahar dalam pencarian. Does he know what he's talking about or not?
Itulah dia. Okay lah, okay.
No, I don't like this. Darling, you are the Prime Minister. You should take in charge, not anybody else, okay?
Yep, I understand.
And goons around you. They advise you. Because I said, I told Shalan, kalau you nak tolong, kenapa you tak tolong last week? When the moment the thing happened, like, you should have time to push it. I said, how can I help? I went after one week, I said, you stop telling me. We can resolve this. I said, I don't understand. Because orang dah buat complain against Abu Qasim, he's in trouble. Baru you nak datang, nak cakap. Kenapa you tak cakap one week ago? Yang kita ni 1 minggu, yang kita ni sakit hati, sakit badan, sakit kepala. Satu Amari, the thing is not difficult. Just say that. Restore the arbitration. That's the first step. Then I said, they have to trust us, but we trust them. You know?
That's right. That's why Hari told me, I said, you go and talk to Khaldun. Try to convince him this. There is no point going for arbitration. I guess if you go for arbitration, everybody will get hurt. you see, I can speak to the Crown Prince. The Crown Prince, the Arab style, they'll go back and say, oh, I need to consult Khaldun. Balik balik kat situ.
Of course, you cannot blame him lah. Okay, that's the bad budaya dia. So we have to work around the budaya, the culture. I don't know, maybe Khaldun should come here, and talk to you and Amhari separately.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, not just talking over the telephone or it doesn't work, you see?
You can invite him here. Yeah, sure.
Invite him, sort it out once and for all and put it in country. And he knows us. Bukannya dia tak kenal kita. Kau dah makan minum rumah kita semua. Please invite him.
That's a good idea. We can invite him here. Sure. I'll tell him that.
And Amhari and sit down and so down. So and the totality of the picture. And then in the meantime, we can also sort out Rizal. Rizal punya masalah. Bukan banyak. The masalah is just that, somewhere along the line, the thing, the thing is not completed. Itu je.
Sure.
So I think the best thing, he can bring the lawyers. Come down here. I think a lot of things we can resolve. Rather than mana hari cakap dengan dia kat LA, dia cakap and then tak tunggu siang, nak tunggu malam,
Okay, I can suggest to Amhari, invite him here. Yeah.
And then after you say, then we start conference. Okay, Khaldun is here to talk to us and settle it all. Once and for all. Then we wasted 1 week already.
Yeah. We can invite him here. Yeah.
Immediately.
We are not wasted. A lot of things are moving already.
Yeah,
A lot of things moving. Dia orang ni, dia nak tengok some movement on the other side, the Chinese side.
it doesn't
So the Chinese side is moving already, you see?
That's why. Then there's not many things you can talk on the phone.
Yeah, okay. We can invite him here. We can invite him.
Invite him here immediately. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we tell the company, let's pass the message that Khaldun is coming here, we so. And I think he'll be very happy. I know for sure Chairman wants to solve this, Haizal will solve this, conference wants to solve this. But they're not the kind of people who sit down and talk to you see?
Okay, we can do that.
Ada duit je.
I'll speak to Amhari after this. I'll tell him to invite.
All you stop to Khaldun. Tak pernah dari tak payah nak. I think you know a lot of the things sorted out. Please come here, then just solve everything at one go. Just tie white knot. So dah siang nak tunggu siang, nak tunggu malam, malam tunggu siang, siang ke malam, there's some 24-hour gap.
Okay.
Please,
I'll speak to Amhari. Yeah.
Okay. So I believe that you got the gist of it. That was on the 27th of July, 2016. And just to put in context, after that conversation, on the 1st of August, Tan Sri Zulkifli was appointed as the new MACC chief. As I've said earlier, the arbitration that they were referring to was with regards to where Abu Dhabi would like to bring the issue of binding term sheet between IPIC and one entity to the International Arbitration Court. I will not go into details. Now, we have to continue. The next one is on the 29th of July, 2016. At about 12:14. This is going to be about 5 minutes between Datuk Sri Najib and the individual we believe is Amhari.
You managed to speak to him?
Yes, I got an update for you.
Yes.
He's suggesting because he's very, 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 concerned about where he is and all these calls. He's getting a bit worried about all these calls going around. They're not comfortable. So he said, at the very least, if please tell your principal that although I do not agree, I think it's best that to protect our principles that we don't speak. He said, but if he insists, then at least do it in when I'm back in Abu Dhabi. Lepas tu cakap lah dia tengah cuti semua, dia tolong juga apa semua untuk solution number 2. So dia macam a bit stressed up lah, a bit wind up lah, not really stressed. We're still laughing about it, but it's a bit wind up.
But the most important, the thing is, susah lah macam ni, dia tak nak jumpa pula di Jakarta.
dia nak bercakap lah. Dia kata nak jumpa pun dia kata sangat bahaya, dia kata. That's the thing. And then they're still talking about, we established the communication back channel, dia kata, and the whole idea was to bring the beef, and he said we stick to that, dia kata. And then after that, even with option 2 wasn't on the table, but then option 2, while I was on holiday, I helped out because the two principals spoke. So they kata that one is ongoing and it's going to happen I think the next 2 days. So that's going to happen. But to speak to, they kata, we need to this is they're very worried lah, very dangerous, takut bocor apa semua. So he says that at the very least when I'm back Abu Dhabi, we can have a conversation on this with your principal. That's what he said lah. He was quite firm on that lah.
But on the second thing, he will see to it that happen the second part.
Yeah, the second part, he says that the second part is that the two players will meet up, and then this guy will come back and report to him what is the deal on the table and see whether he can work on that lah.
The second part is simple. The second part is just for Chairman So to sign a letter to say that amount was a loan. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I'm sure his lawyers will then advise him, whatever the repercussions and whatnot. But he says that whatever he can help, based on the two principals' conversation, he will help. That's mine. But please tell your principal that for the principal to talk to me is very risky, and we should protect our principals, and it's very risky. And I think
but we want things to happen. Things don't happen.
Tapi orang Arab pun macam tu juga kadang-kadang kan.
They're dragging the whole thing, susah pula kita.
But
dia tak apalah, kita ni more exposed daripada dia.
Betul.
Dia bukan demokrasi, dia boleh duduk
sama kan, tak buka apa kan.
Tak ada apa.
But I don't think, and whatever he say entirely is, he's being fair. I think we have a case. But the only thing we need to manage dia punya situation lah. Dia kata dia tengah cuti, lepas tu dia tolong juga, lepas tu ini risau. Dia memang risau lah, all this thing bocor apa semua ni, dia risau. Dia kata if this goes up, then it's very difficult for me to work. Even when you came, it came out in a pin. I'm sure it's not from you because you don't know it, but somebody looked it, who is sharing all this, and I'm not comfortable. But that one I discounted it, and in fact I wasn't comfortable with it, but I discounted it. I still carry on. So all these things we need to protect. Dia memang risau bab tu lah. Kalau itu yang kita kena protect betul-betul. Kalau that, so sorry sir, I really can't.
Sabar, you try your best. Memang Arab ni memang susah.
On Saturday, I can arrange a conversation with you Saturday petang or Saturday malam.
Yeah, to at least settle benda tu dulu lah, the second part.
Yeah. The second part, dia meeting up, yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's it. I think we played we played 9 clips of audio recording. You have all heard it. There are various serious issues that arise, including abuse of power, criminal conspiracy, obstruction of justice, compromising national security, fabrication of false evidence through foreign aid and connivance. I have instructed my officers to take all necessary steps, and we will hand over the materials to the relevant authorities for investigation. In this whole sordid episode of betrayal of public trust and criminality, we can be thankful there was one brave public servant who knew his duty and limit, that is Country Abu Qasim. I think we will open up for questions and answers.
How do you obtain the recordings?
Like I said, for purpose of security, we will not reveal that at the moment. We're going to give it to the authorities and let them know how we did it.
Is it from one source or
We received it, and we don't know whether they came with many sources or they compiled it. We don't know that.
Do you have a transcript of all this?
No, we don't, because when we got it, we went through forensic to identify first who they are, and we did our investigation, and we obviously, based on the knowledge we have of the whole the individuals that was involved, we could easily identify who they are. But we can prepare transcript, but that will take time. We wanted to do this revelation for the interest of the public. I think it's been too long, and not just in the name of transparency, but because we do not want any more undermining of independent bodies like MACC or the Attorney General to be compromised in the manner in which you can see how secret documents are being shared, are being revealed, and total undermining was happening. So because of that, I think it was necessary for us to share with all of you what was happening.
Specifically, which investigation paper was the first compilation about?
Which investigation paper?
Yeah.
We believe it's SRC International.
Sorry, kenapa baru didedahkan sekarang? Kenapa tidak sebelum pendakwaan ataupun bicaraan?
Because we just received it. When we received it, look, the case can continue. As far as we're concerned, the conversation is about cover-up of the ongoing cases. So we are talking about a new set of offences that is taking place throughout that recording. Sorry, yeah.
What happened?
Received the recording?
Recently.
Is it by this year or?
No, just recently. I mean, just after the New Year. Yeah.
What happens now moving forward with this recording? What are you going to do with the recording?
We are going to hand it over to the authorities because we believe like I said, there's abuse of power. There is a clear cover-up and criminal conspiracy here. So we believe this calls for a serious investigation. So we would hand it over to the relevant authorities to investigate. And in this case, of course, the police.
Only the police so far?
No, we will do our own investigations as well, but it would be also better for the police to come in.
By releasing it now and not to the relevant authorities, don't you think that this is going to somehow affect the current trials that the Dato Sri Najib is going on right now?
I don't see how it's going to affect. As far as we are concerned, this is of public interest and it involves serious national security. So I don't see how this cannot be checked, and I don't see how it's going to be prejudicial to an ongoing case.
So are you seeking additional charges in relation to these audio clips?
We wait for the investigation to come up, but based on our own expertise, looking and analyzing the conversation, we can see there are elements of power abuse, we can see there are revelations going on, and the individuals we're talking about are holding one of the highest posts. So this cannot be, it should not have happened.
Will you be calling everyone in those recordings and pay for?
Not us. We believe the police should be doing that. Yeah.
Will you be looking to work with the UAE for the investigation?
Well, I do not want to speculate anything. Let's see what happens once we give it to the authorities.
When will you be submitting it to the cops?
As soon as possible. Well, I've already instructed my officers to do so.
So the media was the first to hear this offhand?
Yes. Sorry, yeah.
Is there any other clips?
No, as the ones that we got was this. I don't know whether they will keep giving us or whoever is presenting to us will keep providing us, but this is what we have received. And we may have not played fully, but the essence of it we played to you. Overall is about 50 minutes. I think we played about 45 minutes. So as far as we're concerned, these are the conversations that we I don't know whether there are any others.
Did your forensics determine if there was any indication that the conversations were manipulated or fake or any kind
No, no. We're quite satisfied that this is authentic.
Yes. So it's not sub judice what you're doing, yeah?
No.
It is public interest is linked.
Yes.
So within MACC, how's the investigation going? Will you take tough action?
Well, it's not about us taking because okay, there are some elements of corruption here, but a majority of the offences that we know involves offences under the penal code. So we would prefer the police to start the investigation. That would be much better. On our part, our investigation was to actually identify who the individuals were, and then of course that makes it easier for the police to continue the investigation. How then they want to use the investigation and prepare the charges and such, I think we don't want to speculate. Let them proceed.
What kind of criminal offences are you talking about?
These are clear criminal offences. Without having to specify the actual sections, there are attempts to fabricate evidence. If you notice, there were conversations to draw up a so-called loan agreement to make it appear legitimate, the money that was given to Reza Aziz. Now, anyone who has an understanding of that conversation will see that that revolves about talking about fabricating and making up evidence. That's why. The Attorney General's office sharing information to persons who are subjected to investigation. In this case, if the person he's talking to are possible suspects, and you can see from the conversation he is, that is actually a breach of the Official Secrets Act.
Will this
among others,
standard as new evidence in the existing cases?
That is not for us to decide. So we will give it to the police and up to the prosecution, the Attorney General's chambers, what they would like to do.
What you have played for us, is this the full audio clip that you have received, or just?
This is the one that we have received. But we, because for easy hearing, we've compressed it in one recording.
What? The individual that came forward with this recording, was it?
No, they did not come forward. I didn't say any individuals. So we will not
How
reveal
did we obtain it then?
We will not reveal how.
Okay, but what? Okay.
We will give it to the authorities.
Okay, but obtaining it, whether it came from someone or you guys came from it, what took this person so long to
That
come
we
up with
don't
the recording?
We don't know if we can talk to that person lagi bagus, but we only received it. So we did not interview any person. We just got the recordings and we analyzed the recordings. This is something actually quite common. MACC receives all kinds of information by anonymous persons. Surat layangs, there are what you call that, thumb drives, CDs, all forms. So that's quite a common thing that happens in MACC, because a lot of people are afraid, and I believe, having heard the conversation, there is a sense of fear, and that is why it just popped up, right? So our job is not to basically find out too much who gave us, but what was in it first. And having heard it, it really doesn't matter, because I think the content is much more important. Yeah. So, but we will leave it to the police.
As a lawyer, was it actually legal?
What
I mean, recording conversations, is it actually legal? Is it,
I'm not here as a lawyer. I'm here as an MACC agent.
How many individuals specify in the recording?
Oh, okay. I didn't keep count, but there is Dato Sri Najib, there is Tan Sri Zulkifli, sorry, that is Sri Rosma, Aziz Rahim, Tan Sri Shukri, Mahari, and then the two individuals from Abu Dhabi. About 7, yeah.
Is it a crime to record the conversation of the Prime Minister?
That's not what we did. We just played out to you. So
Yeah,
I'm not going to speculate that. Yeah. We're not going to.
Is it, I mean, the law?
All this been played to the Prime Minister. Have you informed the Prime Minister about
Which Prime Minister?
The former
Oh, you mean
our Prime
the former or current?
Current.
No.
You had So, media is finding it.
Media is the first. Media is the first.
So what if the AGC find this up to
Yes.
how will this affect?
We're not going to make any assumption. Because we don't see on our part, we don't see any subsidies aspect. So let's see who says it.
Since it's involved the previous MACC chief, so internally was the SPRM and moving forward to ensure that this is not.
Yeah, that's precisely why we are playing it up, because this involves the undermining of MACC work. This involves, you can see the series and the dates. The first conversation by Tan Sri Zul was when he was in his capacity as a DPP, right? And throughout, after many months, he eventually was appointed as the MACC chief. So you guys make the
So the person who gave the recording actually mentioned when the dates were.
I did not say any person who gave the recording.
How did you identify the dates then?
Oh, the dates are in the document. Yeah, yeah.
How
The dates are.
how's the document? Was it in a thumb drive or?
Oh, is it?
Come on, you can just tell us a little bit more if you don't want to go. You can just tell us.
I can't. Sorry, but we will be giving it to the authorities. Maybe the authorities can share with you. We can't because we are afraid. Or whoever came up with this thing, we're afraid for that person. So sorry. Then next time they will start looking for things, you know. So it's not.
Okay,
It's not safe.
adakah itu dia dapat serentak ataupun secara berperingkat?
Serentak. Kita dapat dokumen ni serentak. Serentak maksudnya sekali.
Wan, can you summarize the time frame with the conversation tu? Yang
Oh, okay. So the first conversation. The first one was on the 5th of January 2016 at about, and then the second one is on the 17th January 2016 at about 12:20. Third, 12:20 p.m. Third one is 22nd January 2016, 10:12 p.m. Fourth one, 26th February 2016, 11:56 a.m. Fifth, 22nd July, 8:54 p.m. 22nd July 2016. Sixth, 22nd July 2016, 11:33 p.m. Seventh, 23rd July 2016, 2:49 a.m. Eighth, 27 July 2016, 12:46 a.m. The last one, the last one is 29th July 2016 at 12:14 a.m.
One, for the purposes of the camera, can you tell us the significance of the dates?
Yeah, because when we listened to the conversation, there were events that they mentioned. For example, the first few conversation, it was involving I have passed document, Tan Sri AD akan buat pengumuman, don't worry, kita beli masa dan sebagainya. So you can see what it was talking about. So of course we did our own search to find out what actually they were talking about, right? And then, for example, the second conversation, there was a reference to the announcement of the DOJ. So you can take a guess what that was about. And then, of course, we looked at the conversation between Datin Rosmah and Datuk Sri Najib, in which he said he has signed the letter, and almost sounds like he was reporting to the Prime Minister's wife, and she was very upset with Abu Qasim. And then he immediately said that he has actually signed the letter, and that was on the 27th of July. And 3 days later, you know, if you look at it, he was appointed, 1st August, he was appointed as the MACC chief. And further to that, you can see other very serious names or suggestions that was in the conversation. For example, Dato' Sri Najib to Rosmah said, baguslah Azwan dah buat statement. And he was talking about some Azwan. Now this is our guess because we look at the event. We believe he's talking about a person by the name of Azwan Bro. Okay? So you can probably play back and hear the conversation again later. I'm not going to do it. But that is quite disturbing. That the Prime Minister is talking about some so-called individual who does a statement on his behalf. What is that about? So all these things are pretty scary because this is in the midst of a serious investigation of a mega scandal and corruption that has taken the nation up for a few years. And here we are listening to the conversation, complete undermining of the institutions that is supposed to take care and solve the problem and bring to justice.
Puan, tadi Najib itu ada sebutkan si Najib yang paper by Najib bin Patai tu.
Yes.
Macam lekat dia kata mungkin.
Yes.
So,
so the fact that Tan Sri Zul masa tu dia belum Tan Sri lah, okay? Dia Tuan Zul, okay? Masa tu dia Tuan Zul, dia telah maklumkan kepada apa yang kita boleh katakan ketika itu masih individu yang jadi suspek ya. Dan dia beritahu kes tu stick to you. Dia it's not very good, basically dia kata not very good. And then but don't worry, kita kena settle. Don't worry, Apandi and I know what to do. These are all very very serious. You know?
Madam,
yes.
Is Azwan Bro referring to Senator Azwan?
No, actually I'm not sure. I don't think
Yeah.
Is he?
That's why I was checking.
Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't kept up with his.
Because you mentioned now the conversation.
Yeah, they mentioned Azwan Bro. Yeah.
And Azwan Bro, Senator Azwan.
Oh, I don't know whether he's become senator. That one you will have to check.
Yeah, Senator.
Oh yeah, okay.
You just assume that it's Azwan Bro lah, right?
Yes, we are assuming. Yeah. So if that is the same person who is the senator, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
The first set of conversations was before Tan Sri Apandi's press conference clearing the Prime Minister, right?
Yes. That was Tan Sri Apandi had a press conference on the 25th of January 2016. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.